Hello and welcome to a couple more games to check out at this year's Steam Next Fest. First one is Vampire Hunters. If you'd like to check out the game, there is a link in the description. This is kind of like a Vampire Survivor sort of deal. However, they have a very cool slant on it. It is not top-down. It is a first-person shooter, and every single upgrade actually provides you with additional weapons, and you can see exactly what is going to happen here. So we're just going to be given a little bit of a tutorial right now, and we're just going to purchase this rifle here. Now we can basically decide on what we want to go for. We can start with a revolver, a shotgun, or a rifle. They all have different statistics, as you can see. They also have different traits available too. So for example, let's say the revolver, this increases the chance to drop an extra soul by 20%. Souls are what you use to gain experience and level up and gain more guns. So yeah, you're going to see what's going on there. I'm going to go with the rifle, why not? And let's start this first thing. The hunter training I got to 88%, that's the tutorial basically, and we can now play. And we're going to see exactly what's going on with it. So basically what happens is there's this big wall, it's coming towards you, it wants to flatten you, it wants to kill you, and you obviously cannot allow that to happen. So we're just going to be shooting as many of these things as I can get my hands on, and hopefully I will be able to level up in the meantime. And once we do that, we should have a much easier time getting away from our wonderful, wonderful enemy that wants to murder us. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. And I just need to reload. There we go. It does take a little bit of time to reload, of course, so you do need to be a bit careful with your shots. And hopefully I'll be able to get another weapon relatively soon. There we go. Okay, we can actually increase our critical damage here, or we can go for a familiar. There's the familiar. You use familiars by pressing Q or E, and hopefully I'll be able to utilize that a little bit as we go forward here as well. You can also get kill streaks too, as you can no doubt see. There's a kill streak in the top left there. And if I am going to make a decent effort here, I should probably try to get an additional weapon to give me slightly higher ammunition count, potentially. The familiars, actually some of them do seem to be active, some of them also seem to be passive, and this one seems to be passive, which is kind of circling around me right now and potentially dealing damage to our opponents. Now, you may see a blood orb in the center of the screen as well. That is our blood rush ability. Basically what happens with that is that every single time you get a kill, it fills up your blood meter, and the blood meter itself is used for blood rush, which is your special ability. And basically what that does is that pushes you forward and allows you to kill every single enemy in your path, like this. Boom, like so. And then that basically makes it a little bit easier for you to achieve possible victory because you're further away from the wall. As you can see, I looked behind me just now and the wall is quite far back. So hopefully we'll be able to do something with that. By the way, every single time you sprint, it will spawn more enemies. So that is something to bear in mind too. Anyway, I've now gotten a shotgun. So you could see here that my shotgun has actually gotten attached onto the revolver that I was using before, or onto the rifle that I was using before. So you could see here that I now have an extra weapon available to me when I want to actually fire at enemies. So that really makes a huge difference to the overall feel of the game, because no longer do I only have one weapon, I have multiple weapons at the same time. So that really, really helps. Now, you may think, oh, there's only one type of enemy. No, there actually isn't. The bats are just the easiest enemy that I've seen so far. There are some other enemies that you're going to be seeing, but obviously for me right now, this is, oh, hello, I'm now getting murdered. Oh, yes, and now we are seeing the orcs, as you can see. So I've just got to run by all of these guys, because otherwise I'm just going to get flattened by the wall. Hopefully I'm not going to take too much damage from this. Yes, I am taking a lot of damage, as you can see. And there's the game over. There's the game over. But we've actually gotten a pretty decent score. You can see how much damage each of your things did, and you also gain, well, gold. You gain gold, and I've unlocked an achievement. Oh, okay, and this also gives me gold, as you can see right here. Survive 1 minute in a single run. Yeah, well, there you go. That's pretty decent. And slay 2 enemies with a single shot. I can collect that. Slay a gremlin. Slay a blat? No, not a blat, but a bat. And then collect reach level 20 combo, reach combo level 50, and so on. And that is going to provide you with additional rewards. As you can see, there are many, many achievements available here. And so if you're an achievement person, then you can obviously do that. Otherwise, you can increase your skills, invest in upgrades to get even more powerful. Each upgrade will help you in different situations. With enough blood coins, you can train here. Exactly. So, in other words, if I want to go for maximum HP, if I want to increase my maximum damage done, if I want to regenerate my HP by a certain amount, then I can, of course, do that. Increase chances to drop additional souls. I could possibly take that. Multiply souls gained by 1.5. Could take that too, but that is way too expensive. Combo time could be useful as well. Magnet, I think, would probably be really, really good. I'm probably going to be taking a huge amount of that. And then we'll just level up something else, something relatively simple for us. Maybe armor or adrenaline or something like that. I don't know. Reload speed, I think, is probably going to be more useful for me in general. So there we have it. Okay, so we now have this, which is another weapon that we can potentially buy. We need 30 gold to be able to unlock this, however, so I'm probably going to be going for... Let's go for the shotgun this time. As you can see, we got 30% of the way through this particular level, so we'll try it once more and we'll see if we can get a little bit further. Maybe I need to do a bit more sprinting and a bit more of, well, murdering. Unfortunately, the shotgun does seem to be only 2 shots. That is a bit of an issue, isn't it? Yes. Okay, we might have some problems with this. I should have probably taken some more reload speed. I think that probably would have made more sense. Yeah, as you can see, it is taking a long time to reload. Only 2 shots in this particular thing as well, so it is taking a little bit too long. But let's just do Blood Rush. Ah, there we go. Get them all dead. Get them all dead. Now we can hopefully kill these enemies nice and easy. There we go. Nice. Okay, so now let's have a look-see. I'm probably going to go for the rifle. That's probably a good idea. There are some traits that allow you to automatically reload your weapon when gaining kills, which could be potentially quite useful, but I don't know. We'll do it just because it may give us the opportunity to win. Hopefully I'm going to regenerate a little bit of health going forward as well. A bit worried about my HP because we did not take the rifle as the first weapon, which I may have wanted to do. But so far, let's just get away from that. Don't want to take any unnecessary damage. There we go. Okay, what's this? Hold the trigger. Damage increases the longer you hold the trigger. Not a big fan of that. Corpse spawn. Enemies explode on death. Okay, that sounds fun. Why not? That sounds like a pretty good idea. If I'm using the shotgun to kill things, then it's probably a good idea that we make enemies around us, or around the enemy that has died, dead as well. That's probably going to be pretty useful. Okay, so the enemy, well, the wall is right behind me right now, so I am now being forced to charge into more enemies. So this is really bad. I'm going to go for the machine gun here. This is hopefully going to help me to stay alive, because more guns equals more ammunition. And that's kind of what we need right now. And if I can get more blood, then I will be able to use Blood Rush, and that is going to give me a little bit of extra space and distance between me and the enemies. Hopefully. And these purple orbs are fantastic, by the way. They're going to be super, super useful. I'm going to do this. There we are. Going to do Bomb. I have no idea what this is. This is the thing that you can use with Q, I believe. And I'm going to do that. Boom. See, there you go. What it does is it throws a bomb, as you might expect. Unfortunately, I'm not very good with it because, let's face it, hitting a bat in the air with a bomb probably not going to be the easiest activity in the world. But I seem to be doing a little bit better this time, don't I? Yes, not too bad. But I gotta say, I actually really like the way that this game has been done, because I feel like it is fun, enjoyable. It wants you to continue playing. It draws you in. It kind of addicts you to this particular gameplay loop. And you may think, oh, this is so easy, right? Well, if it's easy, then you can literally just sprint, and it increases the spawn rate of enemies. I'm going to do a Blood Rush here just to get through all of them. And, ow. Yep, we're almost dead, unfortunately. I kind of want to kill that green. That green bat was just absolutely murdering me right there. Sad. Very, very sad indeed. Oh well, that's the game over. But we did get 24, and we survived quite a bit of time this time around. 3 minutes, not too bad. And as you can see, we have 24 gold. And did I actually get any achievements? Yes, I did. Look at that. Slay 10 enemies with a single blood rush. We did that. Earned 20 coins in a single run. We still did not get to combo level 50, but I'm not expecting to get that anytime soon. However, there is the chance to get to combo level 500. So if you are particularly good, then you can obviously do that if you want to. Anyway, that is going to be it for this game, and Vampire Hunters is available right now. There's a free demo through the link in the description, and add it to your Steam wishlist as well if you're interested. Otherwise, stay tuned for the next game. Welcome to God of Weapons, and if you'd like to check out the game, there is a link in the description. Also, this has a free demo available too. Anyway, let's start straight away, and as you can see, there will be multiple characters available to choose. I currently have access to the Knight and the Hunter. Let's play the Knight for the moment. What else does, well, what does the other one have? I don't even know, but let's pick the Knight for now. I think that seems like a decent idea, and we can now make our way into the tower. Now, our main goal is to ascend the tower and to hopefully not get absolutely murdered in the process. And as you can see, I'm going to need to be very careful about enemies coming in and attempting to murder me really, really viciously, but seems like I shouldn't have to worry too much as long as I keep my axe in the right place. And we are going to be leveling up, of course, as time goes on. I need to be a bit careful about how I act here, though, as I am going to need to now do this. Yes, it is sorting out your inventory. You need to organize your inventory in such a way so that every single item fits into it. If you don't do this, then you're obviously not going to be able to progress because you don't have a weapon available. So what I'm actually going to do is I'll buy this one, and can I move my axe over? No, I can't do that just yet. Okay, so let's do this, and then I will do this, and then I'll hopefully be able to buy the sword. I'd like to buy the sword, and the sword can go there. There we go. That's absolutely perfect. Isn't that wonderful? I think that's great. So that's actually going to be giving us +2 armor if we have another armor piece next to us. I have 31 gold. Technically, I could buy this, but this is going to require 3 slots across. Can I rotate this? That is the question. I can. Aha, there it is. Okay, so I've now rotated it, so now I can buy this belt and I can place that there. And now that is giving me -2 movement speed. However, it is also providing me with vitality and armor. And you can see here that if we have armor next to this sword, which we do, that should provide us with additional armor, as you can see, adjacent armor +2. So hopefully that's working for us. If not, then maybe I'm just being an idiot, but whatever the case, we have 10 gold. Let's do this. Next floor. So I now have a sword. So the sword is going to be pretty nice. It seems like a long-range weapon, and all I need to do is kind of stay away from enemies. They have telegraphed abilities, as you can tell. This is the first time I'm playing the game, by the way, so obviously anything I see, I'm just going to call out ahead of time, just so you can tell that what's happening is exactly what potentially should be happening. Oh, nice! We did get a wonderful little food item right there, which is really quite good. What is this? What is this thing right here? I don't know what that is. I don't know what this is. Well, we're just going to level up for the moment. Let's just get a little bit more space here. What is that? It's a dice. It gives me +2% critical chance and luck. That could be quite useful. There's a great sword here as well. There's also another short sword if we wanted to buy one, but we don't have enough space for that. What is this? I could buy this. This gives me +3 melee attack power, which might be kind of fun. Let's do it. This is probably, there we go. I can put that there. This is a rare item as well, so that's pretty cool. And I can also buy the dice if I want to. Well, no, I can't. Not anymore, at least, because I only have 16 gold remaining. That's sad. Oh well, never mind. So basically, we just need to get as high as possible in the Tower of Zor. That is the name of the tower, at the very least, from what I can tell. And we just need to try and survive as best we can. So let's just try and level up. Kill as many enemies as I can. Ooh, there is actually a dodge function. I did not realize that. Okay, that's very cool. Okay, now I'm thinking we're going to be fine. Now I think we're going to be absolutely fine. So yeah, once I can dodge around and everything, oh yeah, that means it's game over for the enemies. Or hopefully it's going to be game over for them. Alright, so let's have a look. Okay, I'm just going to level up here, here. There we go. And what else do we have? Okay, I have the ability to put a helmet there, which I think I'm going to do. And what is this? It's a claw. Mm-hmm. So I can actually sell stuff as well, by the way. So maybe that would be an idea. I'd like to buy this, if at all possible, but I don't have any space. Can I actually just buy it and then put it outside, or... It doesn't seem like it. Right. Okay, wait a minute. So... we could reorganize things. So if I rotate this... Okay, wait a minute. Okay, if I put that there, and then I rotate this, put this here, then I put this here, then if I sell the devil horn, I can potentially get this. Yes, I can. Okay, so I'm going to sell this then. How do I sell it though? Ah, there we go. Sell that, and then get this. This is the sickle. How do I pick this up? It doesn't seem like I can actually pick it up for some reason. Why can't I pick it up? I have 102 gold. I should be able to pick this up. That is kind of weird. Am I not allowed to have more than 2 weapons? Is that the case? Is that what's going on here? If that is the case, then I should probably sell my axe, shouldn't I? Okay, let me just see whether that's indeed the case. Yes, it is. Okay, so we can only have 2 weapons at the moment. So that's good to know. Let's put that there. Let's put that there, more like. That seems like a better idea. So yeah, we can only have 2 weapons. What about the claw? Can I use that? No, I can use that as well. Okay, so we couldn't only have 2 weapons. Okay, that's weird. All right, well, that's absolutely fine. So we now have this. So we now have 3 weapons in actual fact. I mean, the game's name is God of Weapons, so it is, you know, to be expected that we would be able to use more than 2, right? Anyway, our sickle now has lifesteal. So I'm very, very pleased about that. That means that I don't have to worry so much about my HP, or hopefully not so much. And also there's some turkey that has just dropped from one of these barrels. So that's obviously going to be quite easy for us to maintain our levels of HP. We can do so much damage with this as well. The claw has very short range, but does massive damage, as you can quite clearly tell. So that's very cool. So yeah, now we just expand our gear here, and well, we got another claw available. What is this? When consumed, restore 40% health. 5% more enemies in next floor. Probably not going to do that. Could go for another helmet. Might make sense for us to go for another helmet. What's this? +3 recovery, +6, oh no, +6 recovery, +3 vitality. I can potentially go for that. Yeah, why not? Sounds like an idea. And we just have to survive a certain amount of time. That is the main goal, by the looks of things. So once we have survived 35 seconds this time around, I should then be able to move on to the next floor. I have no idea what the level of floors actually is. So for example, I don't know what you're supposed to get to. Don't know what the maximum is, but we're on floor 5 right now. I'm going to assume that maybe the demo version can maybe go to 10. I don't know. I'm obviously just surmising here. I really have no clue. Let me just try and avoid getting killed by all of these projectiles. They do seem to home in a little bit as well, which is definitely going to be quite fiendish for us to deal with here. And what is this? Aha, an ice wand. That sounds fun. Let's get that. And there we go. We actually did get the ice wand, and we have the ability to use it too. So that's nice. Let's do that. Let's continue onward. I have no idea what the ice wand's going to do. So, okay, so basically every single time we ascend a floor, it adds 5 seconds to the timer. So 5 seconds more time to survive. Okay, that may not seem like a huge amount of time, but when you're being surrounded by massive amounts of opponents, and they want you dead. Oh yes, they certainly do. So it's going to be a bit difficult. It's going to be a bit difficult, but we can definitely try our best here, and especially considering I do have a dodge now, I should be a little bit more fine than I was before. And if I can just avoid these enemies here, I should be good. Let me just avoid them. There we go. And then there's the floor. Done. And we're still full HP. I'm very surprised, actually, that we are still full HP, to be honest. Okay, so what's this? Ooh. Ebony Dagger. Could be cool. +1 damage every 19 kills with this weapon. That sounds like a pretty fun weapon indeed. I could also get rid of the short sword now, and we could just move the wand over here. Yeah, I think I'll do that, actually. So let's get rid of the short sword for now. Just need to rotate that. And then I can potentially sell this. There we go. And then we'll buy this prism blade, and then we can put that. Oh no, I didn't even need to move the wand. Okay, well that's fine. Do we have something else that we can use? Well, we can use the dice. We can put that there. And what's this? A discount card. Okay, I'm not really looking for that, to be honest. We have 317 gold right now. I feel like I should spend it on more stuff. But I don't really have anything more to spend it on, unfortunately. The enemies also, of course, get tougher as you progress onward into the tower. And you can see here that I'm not having bad luck. I'm not having bad luck right now. I seem to be doing quite nicely. And personally, I really love the graphic style. I really love how the way everything is controlled. I like how it is more of a dodging sort of game rather than just surviving damage being taken. Because obviously, being able to dodge things on the floor, I think that's quite fun. I think that being able to do that is quite fun. And as you can see, there we go, another floor cleared, and we can now expand our inventory even further if we want to. Anyway, that is going to be it for this very short look at God of Weapons. I could easily have played much more because it is just that addicting. It is a lot of fun. So by all means, check it out through the link in the description and stay tuned for the next game. Welcome to QWERTY Quest, and you may have already guessed it from the title, but this is a typing game where you become the word slayer. Now, me, personally, I love typing games. If you know that about me, then great, and if you don't, then, well, now you do. Anyway, we're going to enter. An urgent matter demands your immediate attention. I, King QWERTY, ruler of the proud and peaceful Kingdom of Knowledge, summon your aid in a crucial mission to eliminate the treacherous Dream Scribe and recover a magical emerald, sapphire, ruby, diamond, and moonstone to protect us against the insidious curse of silence. And as you can see, we now have the opportunity to choose anything that we want. So if we want to, we can decide what kind of character we're going to be playing as. So this obviously means that I need to type those things out, and it's going to then select them. So I might as well just play as Leo the Legendary, and choose your difficulty. 1 letter, word every 10 seconds. Wow. That's... I gotta say, you know what? No, we're not going to do that. What is Myrmidon? What is Myrmidon? This is 8-letter words every 0... every 0.15 seconds. That's absolutely insane. Okay, we're going to go for guard then, I guess. 5-letter words every 1 second. Lord, 4-letter words every 2 seconds. Okay, I'll go for guard. I think that sounds like a pretty decent idea. Hunt Gobbletooth to recover the stolen emerald. Wilds. Boom. Alright, let's do it. I'm ready. Let's go. Okay, we got a wild plant, and so we're going to have to type clock. And then we slay it. And now it's slain, you see? And that's exactly how we do it. Now we do light, we slay the wild gnome, we do earth, and then we have to do another thing, we have to do table, and that is going to finish the opponent off. Bards. There we go. Smile. And as you can see, this obviously is going to determine what kind of RPG we're going to have. For example, whether we slash, whether we use a spell dependent on the character that we're playing with, and so on. Currently, my multiplier is doing quite well here because I haven't made a mistake yet. And as I said, I am not too bad at typing games. I've played a whole bunch of them ever since the typing games way back on, you know, Armor games and Flash games and so on and so forth. And I absolutely love them. I really do. So this is a huge amount of fun for me, especially considering the fact that it has this kind of fighting game-esque RPG turn-based kind of deal going on. Absolutely love that. And amusingly enough, the graphic style is very unique. It reminds me of like PlayStation 2 era sort of thing, and I actually really very much like that. So yeah, you could see here obviously the difficulty is obviously how fast the enemy is going to type. Now, for me personally, I feel like I could probably have played on a much higher difficulty because it feels to me like they are a bit too slow for my speed. But we got the emerald, and that's all that matters, right? There you go. And we also got some bonus gold and everything, and we did pretty well. Not too bad. So there you go. And then you can play as someone else, however you so desire. I have 899 gold, and we actually have the ability to unlock this guy. And so that's exactly what we're going to do, because he looks kind of cool, and why not? So we're going to play with him. 5-letter words every 1 second. We were playing on guard, weren't we? Yes. So let's go for night. 6-letter words every 0.5 seconds. Okay, we'll play on the one above, and we'll see. We'll see how that goes. And then we can, basically, I think there's only one level at the moment that is available. It seems like wilds are the only thing that's available. Am I correct in assuming that? If I'm correct in assuming that, then that's obviously very, very fine, because I'm having a bunch of fun doing this. As you can see, this is a lot faster. Was able to do multiple letters instead of just one. So this is going to be a lot more difficult as we go further, especially considering the words are much, much higher now. Or shall we say, they have a lot more letters in them. It is very, very difficult, mind you, to actually commentate and type at the same time, especially when the words are getting a little bit longer and you have to concentrate just that a little bit more. But thankfully we seem to be doing a pretty decent job as it is. My character seems to be quite cool, and we do have a life-stealing ability, which I gotta say is very, very cool too. So even if I do take some damage, which obviously I haven't just yet, but if we do take some damage, it's going to be pretty easy for us to heal it back, at least a little bit. But I am loving this so far, and yeah, I'd highly recommend checking out the link in the description if you are a fan of typing games at all. And as I say, I definitely am, so I'm going to be picking up the full version whenever it's available. Really am. It's just too good to say no, in my opinion. It's just way, way too good to say no. And there you go. We were able to actually apparently improve our ranking. As you can see, I'm now number 8. It's kind of weird. Not entirely sure how that happened, but there you go. And, okay, so what else can we do? Can we do Bob? Bob is 1,000. Okay, Bob the Berserker becomes enraged when near death. That's not very useful for me. Blasts enemies with a stunning scream. Okay, what's Sid? Stings the nostrils with stinky cheese. Well, obviously he's a rat of some kind. Grows a new tail with regeneration. Oh, okay. What about Ari? What's this? Delivers deadly critical strikes. That sounds fun. Alright, let's do that. Can I actually... how do I... Can I select a different quest? I'd like to select a different quest if at all possible. I don't think I can. Wait a minute. Can I type something here? Sapphire? No, I can't type anything here right now. Okay, so apparently I do not have the ability to do that. Ah, we are on the Tundra quest now. Oh, okay. We are actually on the Tundra quest. Okay, so let's do that. And instead of playing on Night difficulty, we will try playing on Paladin. This is 7-letter words every 0.25 seconds, which means that the opponent is going to add a character to the word that we're attempting to type every 0.25 seconds. That's what the difficulty means. So we're going to try that, and we're going to see how it goes. Oh, no, the quest is actually defaulting to wilds again. So it seems like that is the only thing that's available right now in the demo, but as I say, I really don't care about that. I am having a whale of a time as it is, so I really don't I don't mind at all. I'm having a hugely fun time. So let's have a look-see here. Barrier. Oh, okay, that's hard. Oh, okay, I'm gonna have to actually... I think I might have to shut up, because this is much harder than anticipated.
Direct hit. Death blow. Overkill. Nice shot. Direct hit. Nice shot. Death blow. Nice shot. Death blow. Direct hit. Death blow.
Alright, so we were able to do it, but as you can see, I did make a mistake at the end there, unfortunately, and yeah, we were unable to beat our previous score, mostly because of the multiplier, I believe. Because if I had, I probably would have been able to maybe get like in the top 3 or something like that. I don't actually know, but we did a pretty decent job as it is, and yeah, that was much harder. That was much harder. Anyway, that's going to be it for QWERTY Quest. If you would like to check it out, there is a link in the description. Highly recommend it if you are a fan of typing games. I know I am. And, well, if you are and you don't want to play the demo, then add it to your Steam wishlist at least, because that will then notify you when it actually comes out. I thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for the next game. Welcome to Norland. This is a medieval kingdom simulator that generates stories relatively similar to something like RimWorld. However, this is a little bit more detailed, I believe, with the class societies, crime, slave revolts, religious conflicts, economic issues, personal relations, treachery, secret murders, and spectacular battles. And we're gonna just go right on into the tutorial here, because I believe that gives a really nice overview of what the game is all about, and we obviously have to get this done within 10 minutes. So I obviously want to make sure that I give you the greatest showcase that we can of the game. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that if I actually create my own, my own new game. But you can download this right away. There is a link in the description, as is every single game in this video, and that is accessible through the description. So you arrive in a small village with the intention of turning it into the thriving capital of your future kingdom. And so we obviously get the camera controls, we can look around here, and as you can see, the new heir to the crown is Kelder. There's going to be a number of different things that are going to be extremely important. I'm just going to go through all of these tutorial messages. So here we go. We can select the hall. So every single building has the ability to assign a particular character to it. So for example, as you can see right here, I can assign one of my royal family members to manage this. And as you can see on the right there, it says wait for the Lord to distribute instructions to the workers. So here's the thing. You are very much Crusader King style, controlling a royal family or a family of some kind, lords or ladies or whatever. And then you have the peasantry, and the peasantry are your workers, and you don't, as far as I'm aware at least, you don't directly control them. They are the ones that will just do the busy work in and around the area. And that's what's going to happen. And so then otherwise, apart from that, of course, you are then going to control your lords and what they do. So you are basically going to tell them to instruct your peasants to do certain things. For example, now we're going to be building a rye field. So I built a lumber mill right there. Going to build a rye field, and you're going to see we need to place it on fertile soil. If you don't place it on fertile soil, it will produce extremely little, so you need to be a bit careful on that. Now, I'm just going to let the game run at an increased speed, so everything gets done relatively fast. But there's any number of things that you can do at the bottom here as well. As you can see, construction, production, finance, army, dynasty, or dynasty, however you want to say it, knowledge, and world. There is a world map as well. Very similar to something like Mount and Blade, and that means that you're going to be able to go and look around the world. You can trade with people, you can organize assassinations, you can organize all kinds of blackmail. There's any number of possibilities available. That's why I kind of likened the experience to a Crusader Kings sort of thing. So yes, anyway, we can now select the lumber mill and we can assign people. So as you can see, we can assign this person right there, and we can assign this person right here, and that's what we're going to do. And there we have it. So now what they're going to do is they're going to go to these places and they're going to instruct the workers with what they want done. And then once that's done, then everyone's going to get to work and they'll start doing everything that they want to do. Now, there is any number of other options that you can deal with as well. For example, the salaries. I personally found this, the first time I looked at this, extremely interesting, because what this basically means is, if you see on the right here, one character consumes 1 unit of food per day, and to relieve fatigue, they need to drink alcohol every few days. Therefore, to avoid hunger, the amount of food sold should roughly correspond to the population, and you can regulate their mood with the quantity and price of the alcohol sold. Because here's the thing. Every single evening, peasants are going to go to the market and they will buy food from, the general town, village, settlement that you have created. And instead of it just being given to them, they will need to be given wages, you see? So what we need to do is currently the worker's salary is 5 coins and the price of flour is 7 coins. This means that the workers won't be able to buy food every day. So that's what we need to do. We need to reduce the price of the flour to 4 coins, and then they'll be able to afford it every single day, because then we need them to be as happy as possible, of course. Anyway, the markets operate in the evening after 6 o'clock, when peasants have free time for shopping and leisure. Click on the close button and then we can move on. So now this lord is currently unhappy, as you can see. So we can go to his needs screen right here and you can see exactly what his problems are. And there's any number of reasons why he would be annoyed about things. But we can actually tell 100% that he has a desire for holy rings. So he wants to own at least 5 holy rings, kind of Sims style in that respect, I suppose. Sometimes, you know, they're going to want something or need something, and then you have to give that to them. So you can try rewarding the character, or, for example, send them to a neighboring town to play dice. So, for example, what we can do is we can go over here to negotiations, we can select king, and then we can give him a reward. And then we can select our king, and we can say the character will receive a reward from the king for faithful service. So we can select that, and he's going to prioritize that particular action. And so then our king is going to go over there and do that. I'm just going to speed things up so that it gets done a little bit quicker. And in my opinion, this is all extremely interesting. I personally feel like it is extremely interesting. So now here we go. We are, of course, capable of having children and heirs. And so what do we need to do with them? Well, we need to make sure that they're trained adequately so we can teach them. So you can see here, Kelda is 0 years old, as you might expect, and we need to teach. So let's have a look. What can we do? We can do rhetoric, which is manners and persuasion. We can do economics, which is trading and management. We can do philosophy, which is intelligence and teaching, or we can do warfare. Doesn't really matter what we do because this is obviously just the tutorial, but we can choose the highest skill lord to teach our heir, and that is what we're going to do. And then we're just going to allow them to just walk around and do whatever. I personally love the fact that we only have 4 characters to control, or direct control over 4 characters. I think that is an extremely cool thing, because that means that you're going to be more concerned with only these people, and you're then not going to spread your attention too diversely. You know what I mean? I think that sounds like a super cool idea. Anyway, so this is knowledge. Basically, this is your research tree, and you're going to be able to research a number of different things. Of course, these things are open to change, as is always the case with things in development and so on, but this is very cool in my opinion. So as you can see, we can now learn and we can study this book. And once a lord has read a book, it becomes accessible to all. Usually you can purchase books from the traveling holy caravan that comes to the village, but there are other ways to acquire knowledge. Okay. Yeah, there you go. And then you can quickly, double click on a portrait of any lord to quickly move to them if you so desire. Apparently, Ola is in jail or something like that. It seems like in jail or something. I'm actually not entirely sure what's going on with that. But yeah, anyway, this is the world map, as you can see. It's actually pretty massive. Surprisingly so, in fact. And you can see that every single little section of the map has a particular faction in control of it. And so you're obviously going to have to, do a little bit of something with that. Diplomacy is going to be pretty important as far as I'm aware. Anyway, we're going to make sure that our production is making at least, 60 flour. We need to get until 60 flour, so it's going to produce until 60. And that's really going to make a huge difference to our supplies. And now we can make an army. So we are actually going to be attacked. So yeah, that's actually something that I'm not supposed to actually see right now. But yes, anyway, we have slaves. So what we're going to do is we're going to free these slaves. As you can see, fortunately, you have some weapons in stock. So let's free and arm the slaves. They will be grateful to you for their freedom. So what we're going to do is we're going to do exactly this. We're going to select the commander, which is required. It's dependent on their command skills. And we're going to also add the other lord. And then we're going to add a bunch of axes for our weapons and everything. And then we can click create, and that's going to happen there. Now, unfortunately, I'm not sure if I'm gonna... Ah, there we go. We can actually get back into the map. So now, as you can see right here, we now have a squad. And now you can directly control this squad. And we can say, hey, I want to attack these bandits. Because there's apparently some bandits outside our settlement. And they're going to go and attack. And thankfully, they do pause the game just before you enter into a battle, as you can see, and that gives you a little bit more control over things. And now is a good opportunity to counterattack against the bandits. As you can see, there is actually one of our people. As you can see, there is Ola. She is in captivity and is being subjected to torture as well. So what we want to do is we want to assign an action here. We want to attack, and we want to use our squad to do that. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to send them over there, and they're hopefully going to be able to attack in just a moment and get her freed. And now we can actually perform the battle. So you can see here there is also an auto-resolve function, there's a manual, and there's also a retreat. We can just auto-resolve this probably normally, but I'm just going to go in because there isn't an auto-resolve right now, because of course it's a demo. So we're just going to allow them to attack. As you can see, they're actually going to attack us, and we're just going to retaliate against them. And that's absolutely fine because we're going to lose someone by the looks of things, but that's fine. We are more than adequately able to win this battle, and victory is ours. And you can see exactly what's happened here as well. A bunch of them managed to escape and everything, but that's fine. And we have now destroyed the bandit camp, which gives us some relation with neighbors. It allows us to loot some things, and now we can make our way back as well as rescuing our hostage. Fantastic. And now what we can do is we can go over to our neighboring city and we can perform a couple of trades. So what we can do is we can decide, hey, I want to trade here. You can also do dark deeds like lords assassinations and kidnappings and robberies and so on and so forth if you want to, but we're going to buy some beer this time around, and we're going to send a messenger to do that. So as you can see, the king will send a free peasant with the letter instead of himself. If there is no unemployed peasant, the nearest worker will be sent with the letter, and this requires one letter or whatever this is, one paper, which is produced in the paper workshop. So obviously you're going to need these kinds of resources to be able to make that work. But anyway, we've gone way over the 10-minute duration of this particular preview for this game. But if you would like to check out Norland, there is a link in the description. This, in my opinion, is looking extremely fun, and I'm going to be looking out for it when it inevitably releases at some point. And maybe you will too, so add it to your Steam wishlist if you so desire. Anyway, stay tuned for the next game. Welcome to Nemire. This is a dark warlord, zombie, necromantic simulator kind of deal where you have to kill as many humans as possible in a variety of different mission types. You can see that we have 4 different maps available here. Unfortunately, I don't have access to the other ones just yet because I do need to progress through these missions, but I just wanted to show you the general gist of how this works. If you'd like to check out the game and maybe add it to your Steam wishlist, you can also play the demo if you so desire. There is a link in the description. Anyway, we have a number of undead that I have summoned here. You start off with around 20 resource, and as you can see, it costs 5 essence to be able to summon a new unit. You gain essence by completing missions. So I have archers, I have spellcasters, and I have someone here that is a shield kind of tanky kind of character. So we're going to go into this here. Now, when some of your people take damage, they are unable to participate in the next battle. That's what I've kind of seen so far. Thekla seemed to take damage in the previous mission, so I'm unable to select them. Or maybe I can only take 4? See, never mind. Okay, I misunderstood what was going on there. I can only take 4 of my people into the battle. Okay, so I'm going to take the 2 spellcasters, and we'll take our tanky character, and then we'll just go in and let's do this. So this is a tactical turn-based game where you have movement, and you have attack, and you have special abilities, and you also have traits. Your people can level up, and they can gain specific, unique traits to them, and then you can, well, try to murder as many humans as possible. And there's also cover and line of sight and all that wonderful stuff available. And as you can see here, there's also special abilities that each of your characters have as well. This parries the next attack and strikes the first enemy in range. Using this ends the turn. Well, I'm not going to really bother about that too much because we are just going to make our way over to this guy over here, and we're probably going to try to shoot him if we can. Unfortunately, I'm running out of energy going all this way. But you can see the maps are pretty large, and they have a wide variety of different tactical advantages to do with them as well. Let me see if I can actually do damage to this guy. Nope, I do not have vision on him. I can also create a firewall, and the firewall, what it does basically with this character is when people walk through it, it does 5 damage every single second that they stay within it. So you do have to be, well, they do have to be they have to be pretty quick. They have to be pretty quick. Anyway, we're just going to move these guys, move this guy over here, and maybe I'll, oh, I did not want to use the firewall. I'm not sure why the firewall actually cast over there. I did not want to do it over there, but okay. Anyway, we're going to move over here, and then we're just going to end the turn, and we're just going to wait for the humans to come to us. Now, every single human has around 30 HP, and we have 150. Now, some of our undead have the trait Immortal, which basically means that they cannot die, but that insinuates that a number of our other undead that do not have the Immortal trait, they can be killed entirely. That means we will lose them forever, and we will no longer have the ability to use them in combat. So we do have to be a bit cautious. And as I've said already, you can only take 4 units into battle at any one point. So summoning more people is basically just to replace them as best as you can. Anyway, we're going to be moving probably over here, and then we'll just do a little bit of damage. I want to try to get as much damage as possible out here. That's 2 kills, very nice and easily. And maybe I can do a nice little artillery shot here. That would be quite fun. So let's do the artillery shot. Boom. Oh, I love that. And as you can see, it has a cooldown of 2 turns. So we can't use it all the time. But yeah, we can just shoot this guy, and then we're going to end the turn here. Don't really see a point in moving too much. And we're going to do a similar thing here. This is only a 57% chance, but we are actually having the ability to inflict flames upon the fellow's standing point, which is actually pretty good. Oh, never mind, he's dead. Wow, that was actually a lot more effective than I anticipated. But there you go. Okay, yeah. So we can now just move on over here. Adolsind is actually our highest level at the moment, so I'm actually very much wanting to level him up a little bit more. Whoa, and that's a critical. Wonderful. That is absolutely perfect. I was not expecting a critical right there, but yeah, very, very nice indeed for us to get that. Now, maybe what we can do... I'm probably not going to be doing anything, actually. We're just going to switch to this guy, and we'll just do some... We've got only a 66% chance. Okay, I'm just going to move here, and then we will increase that to 100% chance, and then we will just shoot him right in the face there with our wonderful bow and arrow, and that's it. And then, as you can see, every single person has gained some experience, and they're going to gain different levels of experience dependent on what they were able to do in the battle. That's from what I can gather, at least. So that basically means that the more kills they gain, the more experience they're going to have, and so on. And now this guy can now pick a particular thing. You can also see their statistics here. You can see their abilities. As you can see, this fellow is also going to gain an ability at level 2 and at level 4. And there's also a trait that he can gain at level 3. And he currently has the trait Masochist, which means that a portion of the damage received is converted to health over time. So that's really cool. Anyway, so we have dodge chance, defense, or resistance. In my opinion, I'm going to go for dodge chance because being able to dodge the entirety of a person's attack is, in my opinion, much more impactful than reducing incoming damage by 3. So we're going to take the dodge chance right there. And now we've unlocked a new map as well. That's pretty cool. All right, okay, let's have a look. A mission is to survive 8 rounds. Right, okay. Sure, why not? Let's do that, and we'll see what we can do about it. Not sure if I really want to take Chapman anymore, to be honest. I mean, he did do some pretty good damage, didn't he? So maybe we want to keep taking him. Or do we? Because that's the thing. If I actually utilize our people adequately enough, I'm just going to summon another person as well. There we go. We got another tanky kind of character. And yeah, so we're just gonna move on here, and we'll see what we can do. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So that opponent actually has a lot of HP. This is a slightly tougher enemy to deal with. Yeah, triple shot is very, very cool as well. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to use that right now. I will be moving over here, I think, and then we'll just shoot this guy. Can't see him. We can't see him any further. That is actually really sad. Right. I was kind of hoping that we would be able to still see him, but oh well, never mind. Okay, can we see him from here? No, we cannot. Now I'm forever sad. Okay. Well, We can still not see him here. What about if I move here where Thekla was before? Should be able to do something here. No, we still cannot. Okay, that's interesting. So I guess I'm just going to use my artillery shot. I was hopeful for a critical, but no such luck. Let's move him into cover. And then we're just going to move probably over here. Can we do damage? Nope, of course we can't. What about a wall of fire? We can put a wall of fire around about here, which I think might be kind of useful. So I think we're going to do that. There we go, there's the wall of fire. And obviously, using your abilities is going to be extremely useful. Just generally, making sure that they're on cooldown. We don't want to be too, hesitant to utilize our abilities. We want to make sure that they are as useful as possible. So, for example, as you can see, look at that. He just took massive damage right there. He just took 10 damage for free for moving through the firewall. And that, in my opinion, is dramatically better than not using the ability, because otherwise we would have dealt 0 damage. And so he would have, 24 HP right now. And that would be much, much more difficult for us to eliminate instead of how it is currently. So let's actually have a look, see what their archers are deciding to do. Ooh, that guy has artillery shot as well. Okay, not a big fan of that. Okay, so we can do triple shot, which I don't really want to use, but I kind of want to use it against this guy. Can I use it against this guy? Yes, I can. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Absolute insta-kill right there. Very nice. And now we can actually do some damage here too. I am hopeful that I will be able to hopefully kill this guy, because he is still going to be available for doing damage. Not a big fan of that. Let's move over here. And then, yeah, okay. So now we have another person. Okay, so let's see. I could probably move here. Yep, so 71%. Let's try it. Okay, nice 20 damage. We can do another one. Nice. Standing on flames as well. That's really good. And maybe I can actually do something with Hellfire here. Doesn't seem like I can. 57%. I'll do the 50. Yeah, there we go. We actually made it. Wow, that's pretty impressive. And now let's hit this guy. Oh, we missed. 85% and we missed. That's the XCOM syndrome, isn't it? Oh, that's terrible. Anyway, there we go. Human turn. They're throwing some stuff at us, but thankfully we're a little bit in cover. And as you can see, the flames just finished that fellow off, and we should be completely fine now. There is apparently an objective to destroy some supply crates. However, I don't see any. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that. As far as I'm aware, this was a survival mission. I believe this was a survival mission, so I don't think we're actually going to have to destroy any supply crates here. But nevertheless, we are killing a lot of enemies right now, which is exactly what we want to do. Let's just end the turn there, then go on to our other archer. It's really nice that we can actually kill these enemies in 2 hits. There we go, and we can actually use our artillery shot as well to do a little bit of damage here, just to make sure that we can maybe finish them off when they get a little bit closer to us. And bear in mind that this is the final enemy. I'm not entirely sure whether we're going to be able to eliminate them completely and then, end the mission, but I guess we're going to find out in a second. So we can't actually do anything here, unfortunately, and they're probably going to shoot at Adelsund, but Adelsund... Oh, no, they're not. They're not. Okay. Adelsund is actually immortal, so I don't really have to worry too much about that. Okay, yeah, so as you can see, we now have to be a bit careful. Let's just move a bit closer. Do some damage. That's hopefully going to be a critical. Not a critical, but it should be fine. Thekla can eliminate them. And now, well, now I can't really do much, unfortunately. So we are going to have to move over here. Yep, still can't do much. So we're just going to have to wait. Let's move forward. Still can't do much. But yeah, we are pretty good here, I believe. I don't think we are going to be having too many issues with anything at all. And yeah, we should be fine, actually. I'm not entirely sure what the opponent is even going to be able to do here. Seems to be doing some stuff, but really not anything too dramatic. There we go. Someone actually spawned right by the side of us. Let's just use triple arrow. It's going to be a nice, easy kill right there. We actually gained a huge amount of health back from that as well, which is pretty cool. I like that. And as I say, the traits coming in mighty handy right there. Anyway, I've already basically gone over the 10 minutes that I had allocated to each game here, but you know how it is, sometimes you get carried away in things like this. Anyway, if you want to check out Nemaya, there is a link in the description, and I'd highly recommend adding it to your Steam wishlist. I thank you very much for watching this video, and hopefully you found something enjoyable for you to play, and for your wishlist maybe as well. I'll see you next time.